Microphone?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, thanks for the invite, Hester. I mean, it's good to come to a meeting just down the road from my office. I work in Euston Tower, just down the road. And basically, the main reason I wanted to come here today, and I think it's important that we do have these mobilisation meetings to actually make the case as to why 20th of October is important, but it's part of a programme, in my view. Certainly, clearly, you know, if I got my way, we should be had the march much sooner, but the march is happening on 20th of October, and I think the stakes are high because clearly people are going to be recognising how many people turn out. Was it better than March the 26th or was it worse? And my view, personally, I think the stakes are really, really high. If it's worse, then clearly not what the government going to do, they're going to say the union moves in retreat, and I think the stakes are very, very high. And as a member of the NEC, I recognise that actually it is really the trade union movement with community groups, with the equality campaigning groups, that are the main obstacle now to the government, when you think about it, because actually, you look at Labour, who you would think would give hope to working people, people that are suffering, their message is pretty much the same as the Tory message. And you know, and the point I made to Labour ministers, and I am a member of the Labour Party, I don't know why sometimes, but I'm still a member of the Labour Party, I say to working people, we're going to shaft you, but we're going to shaft you a little less deeply, a little less quickly. That's not really a message that's going to infuse you and infuse them to support that. And so our view in PCS, certainly, we have a no-cuts position. Because we say, actually, none of these cuts are necessary. There's other ways of dealing with deficit than doing this particular way. And actually, the TUC last year, Congress 2011, passed a motion actually saying no cuts. But actually, when we go to dig into the deeper about what the individual leadership of the union's position is, then things become a bit more tricky. So what I'm saying to the union movement as a whole, and certainly my union is quite clear about what should happen after October 20th. What we're saying is, we should carry out what we passed last month at Congress. We should go in a pretty short order into a coordinated programme of industrial action. Because actually, that is the only way, we believe, that's going to force the government to change course. Because this government is ideologically bent on delivering these cuts, not because of money, I don't think. You know, I mean, they came after us yesterday with facilities time, right? Because they're saying that facilities time in the civil service is a massive, massive problem, right? So actually, what they want to do, they want to cut it in half. Are they going to save huge amounts of money doing it? No, they're not. Right? In the scheme of things, it's a drop in the ocean. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to come after the union reps in the civil service because they're saying they're a real obstacle, causing problems for the government, exposing things that don't want to be exposed. And the thing last week with the fiasco of the West Coast Main Line, who is bearing the brunt of that? It is union members in the DFT. They're saying that we're the ones that screwed up and it cost the taxpayer millions and millions of pounds, and the ministers don't know no responsibility whatsoever. So that's part of a trend and part of a pattern. So the main reason why I think it's important that people do come out, even if you've got a misgiving, because I personally got a few misgivings about October 20th, but I think it's important that we come out. Because it's important that we come out in massive, massive numbers to show the government that we're not happy with what they're doing, but also to show those trade union leaders and other leaders who are going to be on that platform at the end of the rally to say, what are we going to do next? How are we going to build the momentum going on forward from October the 20th? Now, my understanding is there's going to be 15 general secretaries at least speaking at the rally on October the 20th. And I think all of them, I think they're going to ask one simple question: what is next? You know, some unions are saying, you know, a spring offensive. I think Unison apparently saying a spring offensive on pay. But we've got to be clear about that. Because my view, as a union movement, we do need to actually come together and actually come with a joint programme to say, this is how we're going to work together to actually deal with these issues. That's important because certainly in my union, when it comes to things like pensions, we took a view a few months ago, which was controversial. We said, as a union, we could not defeat the government on pensions on our own as PCS. Well, now people disagree with that, but the NEC's view was quite clear that the issue was far bigger than just the civil service. It was across the public sector. So we took the view that the only way we can actually force the government to change its position on public sector pensions is if the whole of the public sector trade unions were together and united. And one of the things that disappoints me is that after November the 30th last year, that coalition that came together did not hold together. And I think that cost us, because I'm quite clear, had we held together that coalition, I think we'd have got far more concessions out of the government than we actually did get. Because actually, in the end, a lot of unions did settle for things which actually weren't on offer before the strike. And that's a difficult, we've got to be honest about that. And you know, one of the things that slightly amused me looking back on it, when on November the 30th, I went down to Exeter. was down to speak at a rally down there, and there was a big demonstration there. So Exeter is not normally a place that's known for having big demonstrations, but there was at least 10,000 people marching for Exeter. Loads of placards, loads of members I spoke to of unions, and they've been on strike in their lives. One of the things that was interesting, at the end of the rally, myself and some of the PCS reps, we gathered up all the PCS placards. And we were getting all these funny looks from the union reps, because why are you going with the placards? Because I said we'll need them again, because we're going to be coming out again. And the other reps and the other unions weren't actually sure we're going to need those placards again. That's what I think is important. We've got to bear in mind is that we actually do come together and we do actually stick together, because that's important. Because certainly in PCS, I don't think we've got a choice but to fight. You know, we get accused in PCS of being strike happy. Actually, I don't think we are strike happy. I think the reason why we actually do take a lot of industrial action is we actually get a lot of attacks upon us. Some of our members in PCS have gone for 5 years without pay rise at all. You know, so they're actually going bananas about issue of pay. You know, one of our colleagues mentioned about payday loans and stuff. I deal with benevolent fund trade within the PCS. We've got a benevolent fund. We try and give assistance to members that are hard up. Every month I go to the PCS office and deal with those claims. Every single one of those claims, massive payday loans. You know, hundreds of pounds they bother each month on payday loans, and basically they're chasing their tails because the interest rates they're paying is enormous. And some of these members are actually not just junior grades. Some of them are quite high grades. We've got grades, grade 7s. Some of them grade 6s. Repeat members of our union. And they actually resort to payday loans to get through the month. So actually, it's a difficult issue for us. I know the pensions increase. People are saying the pensions issue is dead. I don't think it is dead. You know, the pensions issue is still very much a live battle. Because okay, we've had tranche 1 in the civil service of the pay of the contribution increases, but we've got 2 more tranches to come if we don't fight. That is why it's important that we do continue, I believe, to fight on pension. I'm glad, I've just come back from Scotland the weekend at the Scottish Trade Union Congress, Black Workers Conference. All our motions practically were the issue of austerity. And we had all unions across the board, and then we put a motion about pensions. Every union delegation put their hand up and said, we've got a team to fight on pensions. And that's important. But I think the key thing is to take part in that demonstration on the 20th of October. If you are in a union, you need to be putting pressure on your leadership. Right? You also need to be talking to your non-members in your workplaces, because I know in my workplace there's non-members, I know probably in your workplace you've got probably significant numbers of non-members. We need to be trying to engage them in the movement. And what we also need to be doing is reaching out to the communities, because they're suffering, a lot of them are suffering big time. One of the things that shocks me, if you look at the economic forecasts, 70% of the cuts that this government are planning have not yet happened yet, right? So, people are really feeling it right now, but the worst of it is yet to come. That is why it's important that we do actually as a union movement come together, and that is the only way I believe that we are going to achieve victory. The idea that some union leaders are coming up with, say, well, Labour will win the next election, just hang on for 2 years, just go to hibernation for 2 years and hope in 2015 Miliband will come and save us. I think that would be disastrous. I think the only way we can do it is we come together and we strike together, because actually, if you look back on the evidence, that achieves results. I know in my organisation, I finish at this point, we've got members, for example, who worked in Atos. Now, Atos has not got a good reputation for many good reasons. It's not got a good reputation, but our members there, we balloted for strike action there. As soon as they announced the ballot result, Atos management made concessions. They conceded on the issue of pay. A lot of our members in Atos were getting below the living wage. As soon as we got our ballot result, management conceded the living wage straight away, right, without anybody to take strike action. HMRC, our members have taken action. We've got concessions. Other examples I can cite, for example, Home Office have got loads of vilification before limits of going to the borders. But because our members were prepared to take that action, they made concessions. So that works. Strike action works. I don't enjoy going on strike. I don't think any member of PCS enjoys going on strike. But the reality is, facing the situation that we're facing, strike action, we believe, is the only way we're going to actually take this government on and force it to change course. So I'll end there. Come along on the 20th. Come along, bring your families, bring your friends as well. But actually, they put the pressure on leadership to take this campaign forward. Thank you very much.